Welcome to the channel. I'm about to give you our September update and kind of like our plans as we move into the holiday season. Stick around. Welcome to the channel. My name is Morgan here at The Life of Tillmans. If this is your first time, welcome. I hope that while you're here, you find everything that you need, love, and enjoy right here on the channel. If you haven't done so already, go ahead, click that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you do not miss any of the videos uploaded. If you've been with me before, welcome back. I greatly appreciate you. It is officially October, like 5 days ago, but it's October. I am always in awe at how fast time moves. It's like you look up and it's gone. But here we are in the 10th month of 2021. Craziness. So we've just been living our best life, kind of. I talked to you guys about field trips. I talked to you about free Fridays. Those things have not changed. It's been awesome. Our curriculum, big, huge eye opener. One of my daughters came to me a couple of days ago and was like, "Mom, look, we're almost done with this." And I'm like, wait a minute, what? So if you followed along, you know that they use, they each have a separate spelling curriculum that we use. They also both do Wordly Wise. They do a word letters every day. So much fun. And they also have handwriting. Those 4 things we did throughout the entire summer. And we started those back in May, maybe April, I believe it was. I think we started them in April. And so they've been going through those every day. This is like their independent work. They need little assistance from me, guidance whatsoever. We're working on vocabulary. We're working on spelling. Handwriting is a thing that needs to happen. So they are working on cursive right now, both of them. And word letters is just really fun. And it's also a form of vocabulary, but not as noticeable, I'll say, as Wordly Wise. So we're kind of doubling up in a couple of areas, but they will be done with those. Wordly Wise has about 15 to 20 lessons, and my girls are like on lesson 16. So in about a month or so, Wordly Wise will be done. Their spelling curriculum has 30 lessons, which is 30 weeks, and they are about on week 17. So we're about halfway through. I'm guessing that we will be done with that around the first of the year. The same with their handwriting, and they are about half or 75% done with their word letters. So we're looking at all of those being complete before the first of the year or just after the first of the year, which is awesome. We probably will take a break from them because the holidays are coming. And if you followed the channel last year, we are all into crafts and activities and all of those things. So we have to like make room for that. So some things are gonna have to move over. Don't judge me, but that's just how we do. We love crafts all year round, but when the holidays come, we just get all warm and cozy with it, and we do even more, a lot more crafts, a lot more time outside, which we've already been doing that because we finally, it's like the gates of fall opened up on October 1st here where we live because we started getting temperatures that were like in the 80s, or we had those really nice fall mornings. We haven't had fall temperatures here yet. So now I'm really starting to feel the vibes of fall. I wasn't before. I was kind of bummed out. I still felt like it was summer. I was still like hot, didn't want to bike ride, none of that stuff, but nice. We've been spending a lot of time outside. So curriculum wise, that's what we'll have to figure something out in there. Everything is still going great. I don't have a major update, like there's no wow, like we're changing curriculum or anything, because we're not. And I know that happens sometimes. We did change last year, but we haven't had to. Some adjustments that we've made to our history curriculum. It is a lot of reading, guys. It's a lot of reading. And that's not a bad thing. However, with My Father's World, there's a lot of reading. If you watched my book basket video, you see all of those books that we had. And with the history curriculum as well, I kind of went over everything that we're reading. But with the history curriculum, the books and the chapters are lengthy. And so being able to go through the curriculum as scheduled is not, it has not been working for us. So what I did is I stretched it out, and we now do 1 week of the curriculum in a 2-week time span. There is a storytelling book, and there is also a textbook, is what I'll call it. And you read from each of those books according to the schedule every single day. We can't do that because otherwise we won't get to our My Father's World books and just books that we want to read. Now we're getting into more seasonal books. So we have fall books, Thanksgiving, Christmas books coming along. So we have to like make room for all of those things. And I'm okay with it. The girls are fine with that as well. So we've just been stretching it out. So instead of reading the storytelling book and the textbook for our history curriculum every day, I'm doing every other one. And that's allowing us to just stretch it out over a 2-week time span. We're still getting all of the information. We're still recapping every day and still enjoying it. It's just not as heavy for us throughout the day. We are also taking our time with like our My Father's World books. I grabbed a lot of those books because I did not want the girls to get bored, which is great. Some of the worksheets that they had that went along with it, they're done with those. So we're just opening up those books and really enjoying them. 3-4 books a day. And these are short books. They're not chapter books. We have 1 or 2 chapter books, but they're not really lengthy chapter books. And all of the books that I have usually allow us to focus on that country for a couple of weeks. So it gives us time. If we have 7 books, 1 book a day, we could do that for 2 weeks and we're good. So that's how I've been working out the schedule with the curriculums because it was just too much. We could, as much as we read, and we do read a ton, we still did not have time to read everything that we had. And that's a good problem to have because we wanted to and we want to get the information and we're enjoying it. We just had to make it work for our household. I say it all the time, make it work for you. That is all that you can do, and you just have to live with that. And you have to be okay with it because it's your decision, it's your household. So that is where we are with that. One thing that I forgot to mention is writing strands. At first, Master Books is very gentle, has a really gentle approach to learning, and I love that. But I was worried that writing strands just wasn't going to do it for us. And then all of a sudden, my girls were ready to write a news report, an entire page news report, just from the activities that we had done in the previous weeks. And it is golden. I have talked about before that I have one of my daughters is a little resistant to writing, but so far Writing Strands has been exactly what she has needed to kind of get her over that hump and really take what she is thinking, because she definitely can tell me everything that she's thinking, but she doesn't like to write it down. But she's now able to take what she's thinking and kind of rearrange it and put it into words on paper in an orderly fashion. Now, is it perfect? Absolutely not. Nothing ever is, but she's getting there and she's not hating it. So that's what I was looking for when I was searching for a writing curriculum, and Writing Strands has really done that. So we're moving along in that just at our own pace. We typically get a week done in a week in that time frame, but it's been really good for the girls, and we have lots of discussion about the books that they are reading as well as the Bible, because we are doing both with that curriculum. I'm excited about things to come. I am slowly working on my books for the year, seasonal books. This is the time of year where I want to just buy every single book. Eyelash. I want to buy every book that's related to Thanksgiving or fall or Christmas. However, we also have budgets. I'm not going to call them limiting, but they do limit us on purpose. It's intentional limiting, not forced. Maybe it is. I don't know. But we are checking out a lot of books from the library, but I'm also really wanting to get a couple of books for each of my daughters that I know that they will love. So be on the lookout for a book haul coming really soon. Some of them will be library books that we will be reading throughout the seasons, and others will be ones that I purchased. I will tell you about them as I'm going through the video, but I'm excited about that because we love those seasonal books. If you can see, I can't get my finger over there. I have a stack right there. Those are the ones that we have that we've really enjoyed over the years. I pulled those back out. And when the time comes and I do that video, I will link down below our previous seasonal books for you to take a look at. So new books coming, that's always exciting. I've bought some new toys. I was spending all of my money having things spiral bound because we print off a lot of things and do PDFs and forms. And I was just spending a lot of money doing that, and I decided no more. So I went and bought a comb spiral binding machine, and I love it. I love gadgets anyway, kind of. It's really not a gadget because it doesn't have to plug in, but no electricity required. It's still a gadget. I'm claiming that. But I've been using that. The girls are going through their planners. I used it for their planners. This is why I brought that up. And also my planner. So I bought a new gadget. And other than that, it's just been busy. Like that's the life that we live. I'm sure I'm not the only homeschool family. It's been busy. Lots of time outdoors. We usually go outside in the morning right after breakfast because we're like invigorated. We've cleaned up, we've eaten. Let's go for a walk or ride, whatever the girls want to do. We take about 15 or 20 minutes and do that. And today we actually took 2 breaks outside. We went right after lunch. Not right after lunch. Right after breakfast and then right before lunch. Came back in, cleaned up, and prepared lunch and finished off our day. So that is how things have been going for us. My oldest daughter is really enjoying the Harry Potter series. Secret. I've never read it, never watched a movie, nothing. But we saw it on a free bookshelf. She decided that she wanted to pick up, they had books 1 and 2, so she grabbed books 1 and 2. And now she has been begging me for the other, 4 or 5 books. I don't even know how many are in the series. I believe there are 8. But she is loving Harry Potter, which is so, I know that she loves books and she loves to read, and I love that she loves to read. But I guess it's just not a book that I would have chosen, but good thing she's not me. She's loving it. She is a little afraid at night. So she's like turning on all the lights in the house as she goes downstairs to the bathroom, but she's really enjoying that book. My middle daughter is enjoying the Arcade series. It's about a boy who gets these special tokens that take him traveling all around the world. She is on book number 3 of the Arcade series and loves them. My oldest daughter read it about a year ago, and now my middle baby girl is reading it and loving it as well. And our little 3-year-old, she's not 3. Ugh, why do I keep doing that? Our 4-year-old is really making her way through her letter of the week curriculum, and she's doing very well. She's just being a 4-year-old, and it's fun. And she goes back here into all this stuff, and she says it's time to do school. She reminded me the other day, it was Friday, and I was about to lay her down for a nap, and she reminded me, Mom, we didn't do school today. And I'm like, no, it's Friday. But I love that. She knows that we're doing school, and she enjoys it and looks forward to it. That is amazing. And it lets me know that, and that's not the only thing that lets me know this, but it just lets me know and confirms that we are right where we're supposed to be, doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing according to what God says. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. So putting in the work, that is another thing that has been heavy on my heart and mind. A lot of times we ask for things and we pray for things to happen, and we want those things to happen so bad. But then when it's time for us to put in the work to do it, we don't want to. Or we get afraid, or we may not know exactly how we're supposed to go about doing that. So I've been working on myself and making sure that I am putting in the work to see the change that I would like to see. And this is not just homeschool. I kind of went off into another area of my life, but just making sure that I'm always working to do what I'm supposed to do. And sometimes that work is working at not doing anything. I know. we have to work at that sometimes because we're so used to being on the go and moving and doing so many things that we have to actually work to sit still. So that is where I am. And I always feel like I get to this point around this time of year because the holidays are coming and we start to get all of those vibes and family feels and loved ones and just really reflective about our lives. And we want to slow down because we've been going. Like we hit the ground running in January and now we get to a point which unfortunately is exhaustion a lot of times. It's like, I'm tired. I need to do this. But we need to do that all the time. We need to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. And that is something that I'm focusing on now, more so than ever, is taking care of me, putting in the work for whatever it may be, whether it is taking care of my children and homeschooling, my family, my husband, whatever it may be, we have to put in the work. So I tell it to my girls too, put in the work. One thing is I am a part of a Bible study group for women, and we are doing a study of Matthew. And I didn't do this, God did this, but we are also, as a part of My Father's World, the big part of this Exploring Countries and Cultures is the study of Matthew. So I am not only studying Matthew with my Bible study group, I am studying Matthew with my girls in our curriculum. Like double the information. And when I do it with my Bible study group, we're just a week ahead of where we are for our My Father's World curriculum. And it's just really equipping me to be able to give that information to our girls in a way that they are understanding it and loving it. The memory verses are always right on time. And I know that only God can do that. So that's where we are. September update, everything was busy. From now on, I'm going to start taking like pictures or some short videos of our free Fridays and of course our field trips. If you want to see a day in the life of our next field trip, let me know, put it in the comments down below because I will do that. I'm excited about field trips and free Friday because it has just brightened up our entire homeschool. So stick around to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead, click that subscribe button and the notification bell because we are moving into the holidays and you are going to love every bit of all of the goodies that go on here at the Life of Tillmans. I promise. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, this sit down chat with me and revelations. I didn't intend for it to go that way, but God moves and he did that. So don't forget, subscribe, and I will see you guys right back here at the Life of Tillmans for another video next time. Bye.